have a list of names here, and I'm going to read them out, and they've all got something in common. Cleopatra, Boudica, Mandadi Nzinga. I'm sorry to any Angolans if I pronounced that wrong. Florence Nightingale, Marie Curie, Margaret Thatcher, Hedy Lamarr, and Golda Meir. The thing they all have in common is obviously they're all women.
Okay.
And they've all achieved great things, or what we could say great things. And obviously this list isn't exhaustive. Yeah. Now, I've got a couple of questions here. I mean, these women all managed things under very difficult circumstances and given in the context of their time. They lived, were alive. Yeah, sometimes under very difficult odds. But they showed strength, courage, intelligence, and ideals. Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing a very short intro here because obviously I've given a list of names. I could go into what they are. Got any questions, then I'll answer them. There's a reason why these women succeeded, whilst there does appear to be sometimes a cry from other women and men about women that women cannot succeed in certain things in fields. Yeah. Why is this? I find it a bit strange. I look at this list here, and okay, I could bring in some more contemporary names as well. But I thought I'd do some established ones. Now, for me, these women I read about, respect. Didn't always agree with. They had some views I didn't agree with, which is important to note as well. But I can filter that through. I'd accept it's there. But yeah, they showed their natural abilities to do things. So, and another thing that women can do, and they do it very naturally, which I think is one of the most incredible things that we could ever hope to see, and hopefully they'll continue to do so, and that's to give birth. Women give birth. Yeah. Am I right or wrong in that? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
100% right. 100% right.
All right.
Only women can give birth.
Okay. So yeah.
Unless you're a seahorse. Unless you're a seahorse.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm talking about human females. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare say some seahorses that may have achieved some great things, but we wouldn't know about that in our realm. So yeah, and the sequence on our part. Yeah. So my question is, yes, Steve, what do you think about women? This is one question. And what is a woman's place in society? Now, yeah, I do appreciate to anyone listening that, you know, we do lack a certain thing. Both Steve and myself both identify as males. Yeah. Or at least last time I looked, I did.
I didn't show just to make it plain, I didn't show you anything.
No.
You speak for yourself.
Well, I'm making an assumption that Steve identifies as a male. Yeah. So yeah, not that I've wished to assume that. If he thinks differently, he will state, and I'd accept that statement as well. Okay.
I'll tell you what, Mark. If I'm identifying as a female, I'm doing a very bad job at it.
Well, you're the ugliest female I've ever seen. Then, in that case, already. Okay. So yeah, please don't feel offended. I'm only expressing an opinion. Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, etc. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah. So, what is a woman's place in society?
Right. Well, all the list of names that you've given are going to put an awful lot of feminists to shame, because women saying that they are being dragged down and that they can't get anywhere in life. Or even down to the ancient Greeks, even down to the ancient pharaohs, this is just not true. If you are capable, then yes, you will get on, and it's been like that throughout history.
Mm.
History, you know. It's just that the women had their particular roles to play,
Mm.
and they knew how to deal with those roles, and then they also knew the roles that their counterparts would play,
Mm.
and knew how to capitalize on top of those roles that their counterparts would play.
Yeah.
That's the more intelligent women, right?
Mm.
I think, you know, if a woman is capable, she will do it. She can do anything that she wants.
Mm.
You know, you know that I'm from a musical background, and
Yeah,
some of the greatest musicians are women.
absolutely. Yeah.
So to say that they're being withheld from opportunities in this, it's just not true.
Yeah.
If you look at the charts these days, the vast majority of the most successful artists are women. Taylor Swift, look,
I was going to say, yeah.
she's on top of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't say that a woman is being treated like a second class citizen,
Mm.
because they aren't. They aren't.
No.
It's just that some women can be bitchy
Yeah.
and some can be positive,
Mm.
and it's the bitchy ones that perhaps don't get on as well,
Yeah.
because of the personality. It's a personality thing.
Mm.
As
Absolutely.
you said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm.
And what makes a person beautiful, more beautiful, I think, is the personality. And if
Yeah.
if their personality stinks, you
Mm.
can have a very pretty external pretty woman,
Yeah.
but when she opens her mouth, she can become very ugly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've also seen that in famous women, if you like. Grace
Yeah.
Jones, I'm told, was a very ugly personality.
Mm.
we
Yeah.
we hear the stories. We have to accept what we hear.
Yeah.
There are other people who, even in modern day politics these days, you get women
Mm.
who are very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? They try to be more dominant than what they should do,
Yeah.
you know, and not just above men, but above other women as well. They just don't know when to reel it in, I suppose. And so I take each person, each
Mm.
individual,
Yeah.
as how I see them.
Mm.
Man, woman, gay, straight, black,
Exactly. Yeah.
white, they all I see, and if I like them, that's
Mm.
great. If
Yeah.
I don't like them, our tendency is to keep them a little way away.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, so you judge them on their character, like
Yeah, of course, of
yeah,
course, of course.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a thing. I mean, obviously, yeah, I do have a daughter whom I want to see her treated with respect in life, obviously. And as a father,
Of course.
part of my job is to ensure that does happen, certainly in the early years. Um, I'm not saying I'm not making any threatening moves or anything on any prospective multimillionaires. No, I shouldn't say that. Completely ruined my podcast here. But yeah, I'm joking, people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if she wants to marry a cleaner, if he's an honest guy, that's up to her. Or if she wants to marry a chief executive of a bank, that's up to her.
And there's nothing wrong with cleaners, people. Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah. That's not honesty. Yeah, you're a cleaner.
I used to be one.
Yeah, so did I. I've done a stint of it and warehouse work and everything else. Yeah, and I've considered myself honest-ish. Yeah, it is a. Yeah, I mean, I mean, in what I do, I meet some very, very intelligent women. Yeah, I dare say more intelligent than me. Certainly
Yes,
better
yeah.
looking. Yeah, better looking as well.
You,
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you and I are not the smartest people on earth.
No, no, but we plug away. We get there.
What I'm trying
Yeah,
to get at is that there are women more intelligent than both of us, and
yeah,
it's not that we think that we're always right.
yeah.
We're not. We can't be.
No,
If everybody was right 100% of the time, what a very boring person that would be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the smartest people, the people that are wrong, who sometimes not directly but admit it. Yeah, you know, Steve, I will go around the houses rather than admit I'm wrong sometimes. So failure on my part there sometimes, but it is a yeah. I mean, I've worked yeah some sort of very 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 without being patronising intelligent women. Now, okay, this is the 21st century. Why am I talking like this? Um, I wouldn't say I was progressive. I wouldn't call myself progressive. Yeah, I will still look at an attractive woman and see an attractive woman.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hopefully, my wife won't notice because then I don't end up with a pan around the back of my head. Um, but yeah, and I know women will look at a man and think he's attractive without having any real desires. That's a normal, natural thing. We still like that. You'd spoken about Taylor Swift. I think she's actually quite talented. I preferred her when she did country music rather than the plastic pop she does now. But hey, many people like that. I respect that. She's a very, very astute business person who's been sensible enough to surround herself. I know people criticise her for having a father that helped them. Well, doesn't matter if you're a female or a boy or a girl. You've got a father that helps you. That's part of their job to be the best that she could be. Yeah, I mean, she's very, very capable. I don't like it when she starts talking about some social issues, but she puts her money where her mouth is. She also puts her attitude and tries to help people.
Napoleon Hill,
Hmm.
he in 1923,
Hmm.
he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
And where he interviews, in this book, he interviews millionaires
Yeah.
or multimillionaires about how they became rich,
Yeah.
what they did to become rich.
Yeah.
He interviewed Henry Ford,
Right. Yes.
the Ford Motor Company. And Henry Ford, he said, look, whenever you do something, you want to start off an endeavor, you have to surround yourself with people, genuine people,
Yes.
who are going to be honest with you,
Yeah.
and who want your success
Yes.
above all else.
Yeah.
That's what Taylor Swift did with her dad.
Yeah.
And you can't complain. The only people that are going to complain about that are the jealous people
Yes.
who haven't thought about doing this, of surrounding yourself with the people who's going to help you out. Because
Yeah.
we all need them.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't meet them every day.
Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes, yeah, people surround themselves with yes people, yes men, as they call it, or yes women, and it could be as well.
The people you surround,
Sycophantical. Yeah.
yeah, the people you surround yourself with need to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Need to be honest and have your interest at heart.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, when they talk about, yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, as I said, it's not exhaustive. I mean, I can think of other successful women. Oprah Winfrey is probably a successful woman in the US. I must admit, I don't know that much about her. I used to watch her on telly. She seems intelligent. I don't know who her associations are. I think, yeah, she may have come across one or two bad eggs, as it were. It happens. Whether or not she removed herself from that situation or not, I don't know. But yeah, she does things. She makes some good business moves. She's probably made a few bad ones, like we all would. Yeah, I mean, you know, show businesses, you can't always, you're not going to win them all, certainly there. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, when we talk about show business in Hollywood, there's some very, very good female directors whom I respect. I've watched a couple of their films. Okay, their films have a niche audience. To actually put together a film and be able to do things sometimes, yeah, Jane Campion is one I can think of. I've watched a couple of her films. Some have been good, some have been meh. There could be different reasons for that. Yeah, I mean, there's one female at the moment whom I've got no real love of at the moment or respect for, and that's Kathleen Kennedy, director. Yeah, she is the head of Lucasfilms. Yeah, my opinion, okay. She hasn't done Star Wars any favors.
No.
But okay, yeah, she's made some decisions that may have been right or wrong. she's had to have people around her to support her one way or another as well.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh, Talking about Star Wars quickly, I know it's
yeah.
changing the subject.
No, that's right.
They've just had their show's just been cancelled on Disney.
Yeah,
Just
the other
just
light.
to let you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I know. I saw. Um, a shame because the Mandalorian is good. Um, you can see
I've
that.
I've
Yeah,
never watched it, but I just know that you're a Star Warsy fan, and I
yeah,
just thought,
yeah. No, I don't. I'm not happy with it because not happy with anything that's cancelled because people forget it's a creative thing. They tried to put a more feminine slant on Star Wars, where Star Wars always traditionally had strong female characters in it. Princess Leia, a 19 or 20-year-old person who became a well, led the rebellion, as it were. Um, Also, the Natalie Portman character, and I should, as a fan, remember, and I can't remember her name that she played in the film. She was a senator, strong senator, lead who could fight as well. Um, Star Wars always traditionally had strong leaders in it, intelligent leads, not just women that go around and pretend to beat up men. These were, yeah, actually showing some degree of intelligence, and that's the Star Wars universe for me. Um, they've overplayed it. Yeah, I mean, okay, but I'm going to be honest here. The problem with Star Wars is you get older people, Star Wars fans who love the originals. You can't beat the originals. I have spoken to younger people who have watched certain things and who've loved it, really enjoyed it. So
uh,
yeah,
I fear I've opened a floodgate here. Let me just
yeah,
let me just
yeah.
turn
Let's
the
get
tap
back
off.
to it. Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me just turn the tap off again.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, yeah, yeah. But yeah, getting back to my original subject.
There you
Yeah,
are. Okay, here we
uh,
go.
yeah. I mean, actually, my sister, yeah, she's had, yeah, she, I think she used to have a badge years ago, and on it, and I thought this was brilliant. A woman who wants to be equal to a man lacks ambition.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay, okay, controversial. Um, I mean, yeah, women can sometimes outsmart people. I've seen in work situation where sometimes, yeah, I know it's generalization, but a woman can bring a perspective that maybe a man can't.
Yes, of course.
Um, I'm going to be quite honest here, and the statistics do bear this out because I checked. Companies that have a woman at the head aren't always the most successful, but are probably have longevity in a way that men, we all take risks. We want to be macho with each other. Um, and we'll take risks and could actually bankrupt a company just like that. Yeah. Um, Women will be a little bit more thoughtful, probably worry about the people around them a bit. Yeah. I might be wrong in this generalization, and please, anyone watching this, please tell me I am or not, as the case may be, because I'm no feminist. I have to be honest with that. I'm certainly not a feminist. Yeah.
I think you might just be.
Oh dear, your accusation. I've been accused of being a liberal before in my life as well.
No. I'm talking about the your traits of the difference between the women and the men.
Oh,
How the women are more thoughtful about their workers, and I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about that.
oh,
They'll do
okay.
whatever. They'll do whatever to get on. They'll do
Yeah,
whatever to succeed in their eyes.
yeah,
Because once again, it's a very individual thing.
yeah.
You know, the what your sister said about, a woman who tries to be equal to a man hasn't got very much ambition.
Mm,
I don't really think it needs to come down to that.
mm,
I think that a woman who wants to get on just needs
yeah,
to get on.
yeah, yeah.
Irrespective if she's the same or not, or because you can't say that a woman needs to be treated the same as a man
Mm,
because you've got so many different levels of success
yeah,
that not everybody can be on the same level of success. There are some women that are more successful than men. There are millions and millions of women that have become more successful than me.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, does that make me a failure? Not really. I'm quite happy with my lot in
yeah,
life.
yeah.
I'm not hungry all the
Yeah.
time. You know, I know where my next meal's coming from, and you
Mm.
know, I'm not really scrimping and scraping,
Yeah.
not just yet. You know?
Yeah. Simple as
But
that.
you
Yeah.
know, but there are women far more successful than what I am,
Yeah.
and that have a bursting personality that are really, really nice to talk to.
Yeah.
I know because I've spoken to a few of them. I've spoken to a lot of others that are not so nice, but you know, and
Yeah.
I think that's where it's at. You don't need to be better than a man. You don't need to be better than an ethnic minority. You don't need to be better. It's up to you to do what you want to do, and
Exactly.
if you
Yeah.
strive at it, that's what you're going to end up doing.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in personal choices for everyone. Everyone's entitled to, do things, not. And yeah, I mean, women that want to have children, be successful mothers, I don't see any reason why they can't have a career break and go back to it. That's what the
Right?
term
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Suddenly their intelligence doesn't suddenly disappear the minute they
No.
have a child. Their priorities might a little bit. Do I think that companies should be more accommodating sometimes to women with children? Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a thing. Maybe provide a creche or something for women to be able to work, because you can't exclude a very competent workforce. Women, I mean, ultimately, let's be honest here. Yeah, the ideal nuclear family is a man, a woman, and the children. Yeah, but so there are a lot of single women out there, unfortunately, who do a very good job at bringing up children. And to actually say they are responsible for the ills of the world is not quite true.
No.
There are reasons behind why things happen.
A lot of people,
Mm,
especially women, because
yeah,
at the end of the day, they're the ones that are holding the baby, so to speak,
yeah,
right?
always, yeah,
Uh, but a lot of people don't realize that you have to move, just like the sea. You have to
mm,
ebb and flow,
yeah, yes,
ebb and flow. If that means moving up in the world or moving down in the world
yeah,
or living in a bigger house, living in a smaller house,
mm,
driving a flashy car,
yeah,
riding a bicycle,
yeah,
if you don't mind this ebbing and flowing,
mm,
then you will have a very successful life.
yeah,
You may not become a billionaire, or even
well,
you might.
mm,
Depends on the luck that you have in your life, you know.
that's it. That's luck as well. Yeah,
But
yeah,
you must be prepared to ebb and flow, and this goes for anybody. This
yeah,
man, woman, uh, ethnic minority,
yeah,
straight, gay. You must be able to ebb and flow and
yeah,
follow the course that
yeah,
your life is taking you on. Now
yes,
you have to be prepared to see in the future
yeah,
to do that. Um, what you get big problems begin
mm,
when people they get to a certain height in their life, a
yeah,
status in their life, if you like, and
mm,
they refuse to go down. So if you all of a sudden, especially
yeah,
in the
yeah,
UK, if you have a three-bedroomed house
yeah,
and you're living on your own and you've battled to get that three-bedroom house, you won't let that three-bedroom house go.
no,
You won't move into a one-bedroom flat because
mm,
you can only be in one room at a time.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah, that's it. Well, that's the truth
And,
anyway. Yeah, yeah,
and they would rather bankrupt themselves trying to
yeah,
keep this three-bedroom house than doing the sensible thing of reducing
yeah,
and having a lot more money to put in the bank if that's what they wish to do, or
yeah,
to spend if that's what they wish to do.
yeah,
And you need bedroom flow. When they get into a situation where more money's coming in, then they
mm,
can move up again.
yeah,
All this it needs to this ebb and flow. And if you don't, if not prepared to ebb and flow,
yeah,
then you know you're always going to find it difficult.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, and to any women, yeah, you see on TikTok all the time, which I think is actually not good for society. Women, are very aggressive on there, talking about their ex-husbands, bad experiences. Um, yeah, it happens, but
Of course,
also, yeah, men can have bad experiences as well. I mean, but
I speak
it,
about people in general. People in
in
general.
general, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, I see on TikTok, this for some reason it comes on my feed, so I've actually now limiting my social media time because of yeah, I can see, yeah, it tends to put a negative thing on relationships, hope, even hope gets destroyed by this. And I think it is a deadly app. I don't care about spying. I mean, if the Chinese want to spy on me, let them. Probably, but this guy's really boring. I think the majority of the population are. You know, I really don't care. I mean, I don't have to use TikToks, Facebook or others. Yeah, there's other platforms I do use because they're useful for me, like you say, to make money or to notice. Yeah, and we use YouTube for our and Rumble as well for our yeah, this podcast. But I yeah, I look at this, yeah, because yeah, it's incredible though when you watch. I mean, I watch Shark's Tank, and they've got a version of it in Brazil. There's the American version. The British version is called Dragon's Den.
Right.
There's successful women on there. Okay, they've got big pads and everything else. They talk to the women probably more aggressively sometimes than the men do. If you ever watch it, they're the ones really going in with the dark questions because they know what's going on. They know what's going down. Yeah, and I think these women, Hilary Devere was one, and we've got the other ones, but they're very, very, yeah, I forget most business people's names, to be quite honest. They are very, very assertive, capable, but you know they're still women. You can see they probably have empathy, but at the same time, they're strong, and they're the ones that will probably go up to another woman and say, "Will you please stop moaning and just get on with it?" Yeah, and that's what my mother always said to me. Yeah,
you mentioned Shark Tank, Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den is what I watch.
Yeah.
And you got that the Geordie woman, who's she's the successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And she doesn't appear to have changed from her humble beginnings at all. She still likes to eat a bacon butty as I do. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's it.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
You know, she's got, and she hasn't let the fact that all right, she might drive a nicer car because she can. The ebbing and flowing.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't. She's still going to step on the accelerator and the brake when she needs to, just as I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you know, we're all the same, really.
Yeah.
She just seems to have taken it in his stride.
Yeah.
Good luck to her. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's really happy.
Well, she is. She's probably good at what she does. She probably she probably walks away sometimes, goes to the room by herself and screams like we all would sometimes. You know, if you've got that pressure in business. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, she probably. It's how you deal with the situation as well. I mean, women and men. Yeah. Again, well, I'm looking at this because you've hit what I want to do, the equality of it, and this is where the equality is. You can't create that; it's in people. What you do is how can I put it? I always say opportunity. You give everyone opportunity, not equality. You may disagree with me on this, but if you give everyone a good education, and I always say the backbone of any good society is a good education, an adequate education system, and an adequate health system, which is fit for purpose. You go to school, you're going to learn the 3 R's: writing, reading, arithmetic. Yeah. You've got a good health system that will keep you alive.
And the rest.
And the rest, yeah.
The 4 hours.
4 hours. The rest, yeah. I mean, yeah, okay.
I think there are only 3, but
yeah. Okay. The rest. Yes, you got me there, Steve. But yeah, but also, yeah, you've got a good health system, and that can be everything from, you know, keeping you alive, going in, having a child, a baby, in a good, sterile, clean environment. Home births, I'm still very. We've got the ability now to go to a hospital and have women can give birth in a clean environment where if something goes wrong, which it did with us, straight away, something could be done about it. Yeah. And yeah, I've got a call out to the staff at Southend Hospital. Excellent. And that's 18 years ago now. But yeah. So yeah, that's in society, and this again, that's got to be equal for men and women. Women academically in the UK, or girls outperform boys academically in subjects. And again, but not all of them are going to be good. Maybe there's other opportunities. Maybe there's options for girls to become car mechanics if they like it. There's one.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
yeah,
There are car mechanics. I know one.
yeah,
I know one around here.
yeah. Excellent. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. When my daughter said to me one day, what should I be? Because one day she said to me she wanted to do a job, and apparently other women here said, "Oh, we don't want to do that. That's for men." I said, "What?" I got a bit annoyed. I won't say, yeah. I got annoyed, you know. Because yeah, if you want to do that, you do it. There are certain jobs that maybe women can't do physically, and I'm sorry, that's not going to be male chauvinist. It's just the practicalities of it. But certainly, I would say 90% of roles women can do as well as men, or you know, not as well as. Why shouldn't they do? But yeah, and then in equal equal proficiency to men. So yeah, I've not been to disclusion. Okay, women get pregnant and everything else. Maybe we look at that as a society. It is important that the human race continues. Yeah, that we've got to get the birth rate up, keep birth rate up. Otherwise, humanity will disappear. And that to me is an important role women play as well. So we have to learn how to maybe facilitate that more. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, my dear sir, if you knew what's going on in my head, it's
Yeah.
it's enough for yet another podcast, I'll tell you.
Okay.
And I don't think one podcast will do it, because I don't necessarily think that we need to have more and more and more and more to keep humanity going.
Oh, okay. All right.
If we leave it stable, if we leave it stable,
Yeah.
or even the proportions of young and old, if they are
Yeah.
if they're
Yeah.
worked a little bit better, as we can see, for example, the welfare state, there are more old people at the moment than there are young people.
Yeah.
So perhaps you might need to produce more young people. However,
Yeah.
all these young people one day will be old people.
Yeah.
And so if you're talking economics, you either have to take the brunt of it now
Yeah.
and you know, and suffer the consequences of having a lot of kids in the 1960s and 50s,
Yeah.
which are now the old people of
Yeah.
today,
Yeah. Baby boomers. Yeah.
right? Or produce even more youngsters to try
Yeah.
and cover the costs of the old people, and in
Yeah.
another 60 years, it's going to be even worse.
It's always going to be bad. I mean, possibly nature have the way of resolving all this as well. But we'll yeah, we're onto it, like you said, onto a different subject. So to summarize,
Yes,
we,
okay.
women can be successful if they
They can
desire it.
if they want to.
There is no difference between in 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 academic and the workplace between men and women. I'm not getting into sport. That's a totally different thing. But yeah, yeah. But certainly, yeah. And my list is, yeah. I mean, I could have put another 100 more names on that list at
Of course you
least.
could. Of course you could.
And yes, for anyone that's complaining, and different ethnicities as well, I am aware. But yeah, and yes, it would be interesting if we ever do a follow up to this. If any woman wants to come in on it, yeah.
You've got a lot of other business leaders,
Yeah.
judges, solicitors, doctors.
Mm.
Oh, we architects that are all women and have all
Yeah.
been successful in their fields.
Yes,
Nothing has held them back. They've done it because they wanted to do it.
exactly. Desire, ambition, yeah, and ability comes into it, and some luck maybe. Same as all of us.